What is up, people? Matt here. So, yesterday I watched a podcast talking about video game length and how that equates to different value for different games and all that. And it's a very interesting topic, so I thought I'd kind of throw my 2 cents in. So, I think when it comes to full retail games, 60 quid around about, well, not 60, usually about £50. I think I usually at least want to get at least 10 hours out of it, I'd say. And obviously it depends on the type of game. If it's a RPG, then you're talking tens of hours normally. If it's a shooter, yeah, they can end up being quite short. And some games you could just keep playing forever until you get bored of it eventually. Like racing games and all that, I mean, there's no definitive time you can really beat a racing game in because there isn't really an end to it. But yeah, I mean, you've got to think about non-retail games as well, like arcade games and indie games, and how much time you can get out of them for the price, and it varies drastically. So it's difficult. It's difficult, but everyone has a different definition of how much time they want to get out of a game for a set price. Everyone 50 quid means a different amount for everyone, even though it's the same amount. If you're like teen at college and you're maybe not getting a lot of money, 50 quid's a lot more to them than it is to a 30-year-old who works 7 days a week and earns a lot of money. So it's different for all people for various reasons. And as I said, I can only give my own opinion on how much time I should get out of a game and how much the value of that means. So as I said, I usually want to get at least 10 hours out of a game, and for 10 hours I'd normally expect it to be a shooter. I don't think there's ever an RPG that you could beat in 10 hours unless it's like a really old one on the SNES and the NES. These days, if an RPG came out and it was 10 hours long, people would probably rip the shit out of it. But arcade games are a very different type of game to retail games because they're not obviously as big. So obviously the price is usually a lot less, which balances it out usually. But then you've got a game like Minecraft where you could pick it up for about 20 quid. And you could just play that forever. So obviously you're going to get a lot more value for money out of Minecraft than you would necessarily a shooter, depending on how much time you're willing to invest in Minecraft, because obviously it's all about how much you're willing to put into Minecraft, because there's not an end to it. It's just you play until you get bored, or you put it down and then you come back to it a week later and play a bit more, and you put it down again and you come back and play even more, and then you might keep playing more, and that's how it works with the value of that game. But it's such a, as I said, it's such a kind of, it varies so much. There isn't a definitive time that a game has to be set. I think everyone just has their own opinions of how much they want to get out of the game. So you can't sit down and say, right, this game has to be this long to be this, to be the value of this amount. That doesn't happen. And people kind of, I don't think some people quite understand that. They look at a £60 game and they get 10 hours out of it. So it's about it's about 10 quid for every 2 hours. And that equates to, 10 quid for 2 hours is about a movie. So you're essentially getting 5 movies for the 60 quid. And I mean, it's whether you would think that was worth it or not is up, that's up for debate. In all types of media, prices vary, and how much time you get out of that also varies. So anyway, the moral of the story is it varies so much, and I don't think anyone can judge any game on the length until they played it, and then they can kind of give their opinion on whether they felt they got their value for money or not. But yeah, that's all I've got to say about this topic really. So as always guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Bye now.